Big shout out to maybe Davis, who said he'd be awake right
I
now.
think Davis is watching. I should say we're live on Twitter because we are obviously a half hour late and a $50 short.
Yes. I'm also not seeing the stream on YouTube, but it might take a second, I guess, to register.
YouTube has been acting really funny. Those who are on the page before we start, don't see it. But then, if you go to us afresh, after we've started, then all is well. Let me see if I can see both of them.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm refreshing, but
the real purpose for this stream is for us to learn how to stream. I'm gonna give a fresh link to the people.
You ever gone to a teppanyaki place?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, in the U.S.
That's a good question. Probably, probably in LA.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a West Coast
or maybe
thing or
Vancouver,
a Bay Area thing, but every teppanyaki place I've been to in the Bay Area, every chef has the same gag, which is it's my first night. I'm thinking that's what we should do for the streams. We're just learning how to stream. 1,000 streaming episodes in.
It's our first night.
It's all for the purpose of just learning how to stream.
It's an existential philosophy thing. We are the perpetual beginners. Every lesson is lesson 1.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think maybe what I've been doing is before the stream when I'm here's where you can find us, I've been linking to a placeholder page that YouTube makes that doesn't actually do anything. One of the weird things about YouTube is until you have X number of subscribers, I don't recall what X is, you have all these weird pleb tier things about your account, the links are unwieldy and it's a little hard to check whether you're going where you think you're going. Twitch has its own different but similarly bad problems where if you don't pay for Prime, Twitch Prime, the recordings get deleted after, I want to say, 30 days.
Oh, okay.
So there ain't no happiness nowhere, basically. We have to use a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I feel like most streamers use both anyway. That tends to...
Yeah, I mean, my goal is just I use Restream, which is this little tool that just streams to everything. But I think in the time I've been using it, even with the very small amount of streaming we've done, it's pretty much just boiled down to a duopoly, like everything has.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bring up the chat, so if anybody's said anything yet, I don't know if it gets archived, actually, but we'll hear it now. We'll hear what is said henceforth. No, I don't want your app.
Are you sure, though?
I'm so sure.
Refresh the YouTubes. Yeah, I'm still not seeing it.
Action-packed beginning of an episode where we do this for a while. Let's see, I'm definitely seeing it on Twitch. And on the YouTubes, I am seeing it.
That's very strange. I wonder if let's see, maybe if I just
might be a different
out
link. If you go
Chrome?
to
No, I mean I'm on the eTal site or YouTube page, and when I refresh it shows just the old archives. Well, it's impossible. The archives must be incomplete.
Are you saying that you're seeing the Duke's archives?
Okay, now I'm seeing it. I closed the window and reopened it.
Okay.
And for some reason it worked.
Hey, it's your boys at ETAO with a pro tip on how to have you tried turning it off and on.
Exactly.
Okay. Is that a Graham Linehan joint? The IT crowd, the IT crowd?
I don't know. The only thing I know about the IT crowd is that I can't even remember his name. Matt something. The guy from the What We Do in the Shadows television show is also on that.
It's got a lot of early career appearances from really talented people. I'm not saying it's canceled, therefore I was just trying to remember because there you go. Because Graham Linehan was he was involved in Father Ted and all kinds of notable comedy stuff before he became a full-time transphobe.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him.
He's the guy that H-Bomber Guy did the Donkey Kong charity stream versus. He was.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's his legacy forever now, which is somewhat delightful. Where are we going? Is this where we start the DLC areas? Are we kind of cleaning up?
This is this is kind of where we decide what we want to do. Like we finished Archdragon Peak. Did you get, by the way, the stuff that's after the name is clean, like your Titanite slab?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we could. It kind of depends. Like, are we wanting to show off the DLC areas? I think it's kind of. I mean, personally, I think it's worth it insofar as just showing how DLC doesn't always need to be kind of attacked on. Like, it very much ties into the lore.
It's very much that, and I think maybe it's also maybe important. I feel like Ashes of Ariandel is important because we've been talking a bit about how interconnected these games are or aren't, and I think maybe the Ringed City is important because we've been talking about how to put it, whether this game gives you too much information, too little, or the right amount. I think the Ringed City is kind of like the crux of that biscuit.
Yeah, and especially if you don't remember it very much, that would be interesting to get your take on it. Because some of the things you've said, like, well, at least they don't tell you about the furtive pygmy.
As soon as I said that, and you were like, "Oh, they mega do, friend." Okay, I forget. Do you do them in a certain order? I remember they came out in a certain order, but are you locked into doing them in that order here?
No, not as far as, because now you have the Flameless Shrine. So there's two ways to get to. So the Dredge Heap came out after after Ashes of Ariandel, and or Ringed City, I should say, came out after Ashes of Ariandel, and the Dredge Heap can be accessed from the Kiln of the First Flame, which you could go to right now, but you can also access the Ringed City DLC from the end of Ariandel. So it's really whichever one you want to do first. In terms of like a quote unquote order, the Ringed City feels more final.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Painted World of Ariandel. So
let's do the Painted World. I actually already have the Snowfield bonfire, so shall we meet there?
Perfect.
Groovy. So for those just joining us, for Davis and others, or maybe just Davis, given the odd hours we do this,
I see two watching now, and I'm one of the two. So hi, Davis.
That sounds like you and Davis to me. Those numbers are weird though. Like sometimes it'll give us one number, and then it'll be a lot more or a lot less once it says how many watched. So I don't know how it counts a watcher, like how long you have to watch for that to count.
Oh, I see.
Just gonna listen to that noise real quick. So like it used to be the case on YouTube that I think you had to. No, this is a podcast thing I'm thinking of. That if someone listens to half, then that counts as a listen. I don't think YouTube is quite.
Oh yeah, I mean YouTube does that as well, but that's with videos. Like I don't know how it works for streaming.
A sweetly rotting bed to lie upon. So I should say for Davis and others, we're sort of in the end game now, as noted actor Benedict Cumberbatch would say. We could at this point, were we so inclined, go fight the final boss of the main game. Why did I do that? Just go ahead, restore my heals here. Summon you. We could go fight the boss of the main game, but we can also do some side stuff, stuff that came out after the game was released, and it's got some interesting story and aesthetic implications, and it's also just got some boys to fight with our big swords. So we're gonna do that.
Yes, actually, DLC, Dark Souls 1, DS1,
DLC 1.
set that precedent for the Dark Souls games. I don't know how common it is actually to have DLC tie into a game. In a significant way, but definitely, in my opinion, the most memorable character of Dark Souls 1, Artorias, was actually from a DLC.
Right, he's mentioned in the main game, but you don't actually meet him until the DLC area.
Yeah.
Shimona. All right, there we go. Good evening, Snow Gentlemen.
Can't remember if these guys are actually. Oh, Gustav.
Is that Mahler? No, that'd be spelled different. Invaded by composers.
I don't see him, but I'm going to change my weapon.
I'm going to see if I can take care of this guy so we're just not walking and chewing too much gum at the same time here.
This is a very good Iggy spot, though. So
right. There's plenty of places to kite us into. Iggy refers to Iggy Borrington.
Oh, there he is.
Which is a style of PvP player who, rather than
Hello,
fighting us
Gustav.
directly, hello Gustav, a style of PvP player who,
there.
rather than trying to fight us directly, tries to just like this, kite us to where enemies are gonna do his dirty work for him. We'll see. Yep, that's what he's doing. I'm gonna go for Speary. You work on Gustav.
All right, Gustav.
Gustav. Okay, okay. I attend. Ooh. And yeah, for those just joining us, there are different kinds of invasions in this game. So like what Lucio did, we call summoning. So that's when you bring someone to your shard of reality to help you out. There are also invasions where you can sort of forcibly enter someone's world to fuck with them. There are, the game doesn't really tell you what kind of invader to be, and in fact, wow, nice. In this game, there are what are called mad phantoms that could sort of help or hurt, and it's sort of up to them. But even starting with the premise that you're there to mess with the other player, there are a lot of ways to be an invader. Ranging from what this guy's doing, which is sort of fighting us directly. He's probably in the middle of the number line, right? Like, he is engaging us directly, but he's also sort of using the environment and trying to have enemies fight for him a bit. Some people purely just, like, run around in the level trying to get you killed by stuff. Others will actually...
parried me.
Nice. His parry time, he's very aggressive about, like, trying to parry whenever he thinks you're going to attack.
Yeah.
The shotgun approach. But yeah, some invaders will actually bow to one of the people they've invaded, and we'll try to... Ooh, no you don't. We'll try to do an honorable one-on-one duel. You will probably see that at some point today.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, well, it's not up to us. That's the thing, right? Ooh, he parried me.
Ooh.
I mean, a broken clock is right twice a day, I guess. With all that parry animation he's been doing. May just try and magic sword his ass.
Oh, he healed.
He's been doing a lot of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, if you're a dueler, a duelist. Okay. How the hell did he do that backwards?
He's using the S-Stock.
Oh.
So it's a very good, what do you call it, meta weapon. Oh. Was that enough?
No, I'm
That's
playing-
enough!
I'm perfectly alive. I'm just,
But why?
starting to get tired of knowing Gustav.
Oh,
Whoa,
Not
friend.
me. Down to 1 life. Might be able to heal, but he's going to definitely follow up. Yeah, distract him.
No, pay attention to
Yeah,
me.
the S-Stock is a very good... What is he... Oh, he's hacking!
Is he?
Yeah, I thought it was like a weird thing, because when he rolls back, watch, when he rolls back, he gets his health back.
Oh. Well, that's...
I was wondering. So not as Iggy Borrington, he's Major Iggy Borrington. So the next time... Yeah, the next time he's low, but he doesn't have an opportunity to use Estus. Watch him. That's interesting. See? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Ah, you're boring. But yeah, the hacking's a thing, I guess. I don't even know. Should we just stop? This is kind of a waste of time at this point.
Yes, yeah. It's funny, whenever we encounter a hacker, I have that Dark Souls 1 paranoia where I go and... Ooh, I'm getting a call from Lauren that I need to take, so he might kill me.
Alright. Yeah, do your thing. This is stupid.
Hello? Hello? Hey, how's it
So to those at home, I think this is the second hacker we've gotten. I can't remember what the last one did, but yeah, you cannot heal while you're rolling. So if you noticed, he would gain his health back doing like a weird back roll animation that I think is reserved usually for um, certain swords you can use. But I don't know enough about the hacking world of this game. Oh, TPD. Hmm.
Okay. I can keep streaming. I will have some minor dog-related duties shortly. For those for those who are not Lucio and didn't hear this, our dog Pixel has been chewing on her leg like a genius,
nice.
like an absolute genius. And Lauren took her to the vet. I wasn't sure if I was gonna have to go pick her up. Lauren's dropping her off, but I gotta grab her from this so Lauren can go to work. It's just life stuff. So anyway, sorry you were looking at me in a big snowy field for a little while, dear viewer.
So should we just aim for the next bonfire, I guess?
Yeah, I think so. I got my blob. I will re-enkindle so I can summons you. How'd things go with Hacky McHack when I left?
I don't know how to tell him I'm ashamed of him. I just pointed down.
Yeah, that's probably the closest we have.
But then he pointed down to us when he beat us, which I don't know what that means. I guess he was either just copying me or he thinks he's better than me. I don't know.
I agree with Davis. He says that he's not sure he understands the accomplishment of winning by hacking. I mean, it's that classic thing of like, I understand the joy of learning to hack. You know what I mean? Like manipulating a game at a high level, but then using that for PvP seems like the least interesting use of that skill in a certain sense.
The only thing I can imagine from like a practical perspective is like the invasion items are kind of frustrating to get if you're not good enough.
Yeah, you get rewards for killing other players, so it's like, yeah, exactly. Rather than making it a giant grind or essentially kind of random, this gives you a consistent way to get the stuff. But it's like, if you can hack, why not just give yourself a bunch of those items?
I mean, look, man.
Well, no, I just mean I'm not saying like I'm not trying to own them with facts and logic. I'm just saying like if
that one meme, the fat bird. Look here, you little shit. No, you're right. It's funny because that hadn't even occurred to me. I was like, well, you have to do it, so I guess that's the best way to follow the rules. So it's like, but if you're starting from that point anyway, you don't even need to follow the rules.
Yeah, no, I wonder though if there is something to what you're saying. Like they're you still have to play the game. Like it feels like a bridge too far to some people to just give themselves $1 million, but to like to put a hacked ATM on their block and take $5 out every day or whatever feels sufficiently, I don't know, sufficiently annoying that it's because this is a weird thing about games, right? Like they're fun via hard, miserable work in a lot of cases. So it's like,
other game pro tip: if you're playing Skyrim, just cheat and give yourself $1 million gold. The game is miserable if you're trying to actually earn money.
Davis is currently playing Skyrim, actually.
Oh yeah, don't tell him to just on PC especially. Yeah, just cheat and give yourself all the gold.
Also, fill your house with.
There's so much more you have to do in that game that like finding money is like the most tedious thing. I don't know like how they manage their economy, but it's the worst game in terms of like finding gold, earning gold from like beating enemies. It's awful. Nothing about it feels good.
Davis confirms that he's playing through it now. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe what you're describing has gotten better through a decade of patches. When did Skyrim come out at this point? But it's
Skyrim
like,
is like if you're working at McDonald's and also everything you need to buy is like stuff that Jeff Bezos owns. Like that's what playing Skyrim feels like.
but I feel like Skyrim and the other Elder Scrolls, the other Elder Strolls,
Elder Scrolls, yeah.
when an elder takes a stroll, those games, like they're to me, you're not really playing until you've plugged in some mods, right? There's not only no shame in messing with the game, that's almost like the way to play them.
All right. No, I mean, well, mods too don't necessarily like mean you're cheating.
Right, true. But you are actually saying cheat.
I'm saying literally, yeah, just give yourself all the gold. But yeah, no, certainly. I mean, Skyrim remastered was sort of like a joke to the larger like Skyrim PC community because of the fact that
oh right, these terrible tree things. I remember these.
These are what are weak against fire.
Oh.
Because for like X plus years since Skyrim came out, PC users already had like nice textures and
right.
gorgeous like add-ons for like water. I really wish they wouldn't scream.
That tree had 1 day left till retirement.
So I guess getting back a little on track, that it is funny to me that the hacking in this game for fighting, because I mean the game by no means has like a the most sophisticated PvP system, but the people who I know get into it enjoy what it is, jank and all, and it seems really weird and like arbitrary to want to win at that if that is your goal and like not just the items.
Right. Yeah, the joy of, I mean, like, I admit I'm missing whatever gene makes me care about competition on, like, a gut level, you know what I mean? But I think people who are super into competition, from what I understand from my friends who are very into sports, who have observed under a microscope in laboratory conditions, the whole thing is that, like, it's a space in life that can be fair. You know what I mean? Like, capital F,
Yeah.
like, fair competition can exist. And, like, yes, there's randomness, but over enough matches, the randomness sort of gets statistically insignificanced, So it's like competition with cheating doesn't make sense in that framework, which just must mean my framework is wrong because cheating exists at every level of competitive everything. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's we have a good friend who's really into baseball.
Pixel time,
and
right
whenever,
back. Hold that thought. Hey, I will prepare myself. Oh, okay. I mean, I answered, but I can stop. It's all good. It's all good. So we need to get there by noon. No, I appreciate everything you're doing. But that's the situation, right? So I get Taxonomy when you get here, and then sometime beforehand I need to get back to event to get the events event. Sure. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah.
So one thing about this area that is interesting is the wolf motif. We were just talking about Artorias from Dark Souls 1, who, if you don't know, he is the character who took on the Abyss and lost. And so this area has wolves, which don't often show up in the game, but there was a wolf that Artorias had that was loyal to him until the end that you fight, who was giant like this. So a lot of reusing of motifs. I don't know that there's necessarily any lore significance or connection there, I should say. But
yeah, it's one of those answers to a question no one asked, which is where did the giant wolf come from? I think, maybe. So
Yeah, that's
by
what
the
I'm not
way,
sure of.
I am gonna have to go because I am gonna have to help out with Pixel things.
No worries.
I will be back in probably an hour, but I don't know if you'll still be around.
In an hour, my house will probably be getting up. I might have a little more time, but
Okay.
unsure. But there is actually, so if you got, how soon do you have to go? Because we could just run to the bonfire right now.
I mean, I should probably be getting ready to go like now.
All right, so just over this hill is a bonfire. We'll just
Okay.
ignore all the enemies, and we can get items next time.
He said, getting an item.
Ignore those trees.
Oh, I'll ignore them real good.
Oh,
Oh, that's in the blood field. We're now taking a whirlwind tour through Terror Town.
well, the other area is a bit more of a thing, but at least this way we have a sort of center point.
No,
Yeah.
you are correct. Cozy cave.
Huzzah.
All right, we made progress despite my having to get up multiple times. So sorry, this was definitely our shortest stream. Maybe a part 2 later. Hey Davis, thanks for tuning in. Hope you'll tune in sometime. But we will say this is a Vista very reminiscent of Dark Souls 1, and we'll explain why that matters, or whether it matters. Maybe talk about whether it matters next time. So
I think it definitely matters in terms of revisiting motifs, and this world is interesting in a way that what was the first world? The first painted world.
Of oh my god, we play too many of these games now. The painted world, Aramis.
Aramis, yeah, in a way that Aramis was not, in my opinion.
Yeah, I buy that. All right. So I don't feel like we've earned this maniacal cackle. Oh, thank you. Davis says that he hopes all is well with Pixel. All is well with Pixel. She's just a weirdo. So anyway, see you potentially very soon, but certainly not too long from now, Ashen Ones. And take care and try not to let the darkness creep too close.